Megan, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I am excellent. You are looking very relaxed in your new home.
I was just telling you earlier, one of the things that we've done is we've just gotten in here and we've hustled and unpacked a lot. So that's a big burden off when you have a new home, is we've unpacked quite a bit, which is a good thing about being stuck at home right now.
The hidden blessings, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you are a client that we've known for a long time. We sold your first house when?
It was actually almost 5 years ago. It was June of 2015.
To June of 2015. I remember the tiles, the Tennessee Vaults tiles. I think I still
The
have.
most ugly yellow.
Now, let me see if I have it here anywhere. I
I
can't.
hope you have it in there. It's a
I
good
can
one.
I can't find it. I'm gonna find it before we get out of here. So
Okay.
so you decided to. We started the process of you thinking about selling your house before the pandemic,
We
um,
did.
and it seemed like you accelerated when the pandemic came. So why did you decide to sell your house at the time that you did?
So the biggest thing that kind of pushed us forward, like now's a great time, is the financial aspect. We looked at, even 6 months ago, what we were going to be looking at rate wise, what our budget would be, what our monthly mortgage would be, of course, including an HOA, because that's the area that we were looking at. And our money stretched so much further as soon as this pandemic hit because of the financial aspect of lower interest rates.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. I think what I've been telling clients is if your next move is about finances, then this is the time you have to move. If your next move is about comfort, then you probably don't need to move, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
so, what things concerned you about selling your home during the pandemic?
So the biggest one for me, I'm a mom of a 3-year-old and 1-year-old, and one of them was a preemie. So flu seasons for me are just extra worrisome for germs. It's just something I'm already heightened and aware about, let alone in a pandemic. I've never experienced this before. So the biggest thing for me was really making sure I kept my family healthy, reduced our risk of any exposure, but we did have to have certain people around the house, either our house or townhouse we were selling, and also going to our new house, for example, like appraisal. I wanted to be involved in the process, but I still wanted to make sure I kept safe distance. I didn't touch many areas in the homes. And then what we did have to, or if we had someone coming to work in our townhouse, we just wiped down doorknobs, wiped down counters. We were just extra cautious with hand sanitizer, being prepared as much as we could, and reducing our risk otherwise, like getting groceries delivered. It was just one way that I could keep us home as much as possible and then reduce our exposure, because that's kind of the world we're living in right now.
Right, right. It's like you can't stop living, right? But because we're going to be dealing with this for the next 12 months, 18 months, it's not going to stop, right?
Right.
So if you have to move, you're just kind of going to have to adjust and pivot and prepare if this is something that you want to do for your family.
Yeah, and it was definitely something, my husband and I had to talk priority wise. Was it worth it? Was it worth an appraiser coming to our townhouse for an hour when we weren't there? And I don't know what surfaces they touched. And was it worth it for our family long term, a financial move, getting more space for our two little girls, kind of finding our forever home? And also, how do we mitigate some of the things that did concern me, like germs, because I do have to still live.
Mhm.
And we decided as a family this was the right time to do this. So we were willing to kind of taste some of those risks, but do things that we could make sure we just problem solved around what we needed to.
That's awesome. So how did the AJ team prepare you for putting your house, getting your house ready for the market, and how do we address those concerns?
Well, first of all, you guys work like ninjas. We decided to sell. We decided to put in an offer, and it happened. I mean, the fastest thing I think I've ever been through, other than having babies real quick. It was definitely something that we worked with you guys. I got every text or call or email. I got follow-ups. I got follow follow-up calls, emails, everything I needed. You guys made sure to let me know what you were handling and then let me know what you needed from me. We made sure to keep communication, which I think, I mean, you and I've talked about this before. It's just one of the best qualities I think you guys have. The communication that you have, and then your teamwork. I mean, you guys work seamlessly. You have Dawn, you have Rhiannon, you have Alex, I mean, everybody does what they need to do. You guys sold a house in 5 hours. 5 hours. I still can't get over it, but you did it.
Yeah, because the house that you wanted popped up, right, at an unexpected time.
Yeah.
And the contingency was that we had to get your house ready within, what was it, like 48 hours, 24 hours we had to get ready for the market?
48 hours. That was a Wednesday. We put in an offer on this new house. And Wednesday afternoon, you came over. You said, here's what you need to do with your townhouse. Here's what you need to get in boxes tonight. I talked with Rhiannon that night. We put up the listing as soon as we could. We got everything ready with pictures. We got a contractor just to fix few small things. And we had it ready to go Friday morning. We did showings Friday afternoon. It went active on listing, and I was finishing bath time with little ones when I got your text that said, we're good. We got the offer.
That's awesome. It was sweet. It was sweet. You guys, I think it's very important for not only for the agent to be working hard, but for the client to be working hard as well. And just making sure that we're working together to get this thing done.
Yeah. And I think that was definitely something, again, the communication. You told me directly what I needed to do. And you told me this stuff, don't worry about it. Just get this stuff done because this is what's important. I put those kids to bed that night and I made all of that happen as quick as I could because I knew you would tell me exactly what we needed to do. So I did my best and we got it done.
It was no use you getting worried and doing things that weren't going to add to your bottom line. And I think it's very important for agents to not just tell people, blah, blah, do everything. No, we don't need to do everything. We need to do the things that are important because these are the things that are going to make you money and sell your home quicker. And when we can execute on that level, 5 hours in a contract can happen.
Yeah. And we did it. I mean, you told me exactly what I needed to do, clear off some of the personalization things. We definitely needed to regrout kitchen, one small patch. We made that happen and we got the offer and contract was in.
Yeah. I love Jose. I love our contractors that can step in and kind of do those things.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give someone who's thinking about selling their home over the next, let's say 30 to 90 days?
30 to 90 days. So, my personal opinion, I think we're still going to kind of be in pandemic, some lockdowns, some shutdown. We might be phasing out of that here and there in Virginia. I don't know to what extent, but I think for people in the next 30 to 90 days, the biggest thing is going to be to prioritize what's more important to you. Because I think for us, one thing we decided was this was a right time for us to move, and it was a good financial move for us. And also, it was still important for me to prioritize our health, keeping our surfaces clean and wiped down when we left the house, when we came in the house, because I do have little ones and they touch everything. So I think prioritizing what means the most to you. If it's the price point, if it's moving as soon as possible, if it's getting a certain number for selling your home, but prioritizing what means the most for you and your family. And then again, I just can't stress it enough, but the communication with you guys. We stayed in contact all the time. And then that last piece, I think you talked about it, but we did everything we could. We followed your directives to a T to make sure we did our part. And I don't know about you, but I think it worked pretty well. So.
It did. So tell me, how do you feel?
I am so happy. It was a stressful time. It happened really quickly, and I am a planner. I'm not a jump the gun and make things happen. So it was a little unsettling here and there. It was also a big, it's a big purchase. It's a home. This is also where my girls are going to grow up. And now that we're here, now that some of the boxes are gone, most of the boxes are gone, we've got stuff out. We're starting to make our home. We've decided a couple projects that we want to take on. We're just so happy. We could not have found, this was definitely the house for us, like 1000%. It all happened exactly when it was supposed to for us and for a reason. And I totally believe that. My girls now get to grow up 12 houses down from the beach and the lake here, which is, you just kind of can't put a price on that for me. So we are 100% just so happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to share your experience.
Absolutely.
We appreciate your energy, and we also appreciate everything you're doing in our community. You are one of the heroes out there that are helping families, that are saving families. We partner with you on some things, but you are the boots on the ground, so we appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
All right. See you later.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.